Hello, everyone, and welcome to the training of how to create a millionaire mind. I'm Dr. Shirley Clark, and I'm so excited to be a part of the Faith Business Success Summit. This is going to be incredible teaching. I love what I do, and I'm telling you, God has birthed something out in the earth that will change your life forever, like it did me. So let's jump right into this teaching on how to create a millionaire mind. I've got some slides. So let's jump right into this training. First of all, I want to take a moment to share my story with you. Give me a couple of minutes and just let you know, because the reality is when you hear my glory side of this, you might be wondering, well, maybe she had a silver spoon in her mouth, you know, before all of this happened. She had a head, I said, heads up or something. But I did not. I grew up in gross poverty. We was in foster care, my entire family, for 3 years. I was the youngest of seven. I graduated not knowing how to write a complete sentence. I said at my graduation, too nervous to tell my mother and my sister that they just might not call my name. And out of seven kids, I was the second one that graduated, and I was the last child. So all of my siblings dropped out of high school. They never graduated from high school, and I only had one at that time, and she was there at the graduation. At the time I graduated, I could not write a complete sentence. Four generations in my family did not have a higher educational degree. So I had never ever seen any African Americans up close and personal that actually had professional jobs or degrees until I married up. So I married up. My husband's family had all of these. They had doctors, they had accountants, they had teachers, all types of professional careers was there in his family, engineers. So that was my first time encountering that up close and personal. So I kind of, what I say, bootleg in my life for years until I was 35 years old. Found myself in a lab at age 35, learning in an English lab, learning what was, was, were, a comma, semicolon. So I just want you to know, I was 35 in a lab learning about English. And then when I married up, though, my husband family, they had houses, they had cars. So I heard about the American dream. So of course we eventually got the house, the cars, we've got the credit cards and everything. So we've been married come September the 28th, about 38 years. And so here's the deal. We did the American dream situation, and turns out the American dream was not the American dream. It became American nightmare. And so in 2009, all of our everything, actually before that, a year or two before that, all the credit cards, we had about $80,000 consumer debt, not the mortgage, not the payments for cars and all of that, all these things, just the credit card by $80,000, and the attorney telling us to file bankruptcy. But right in the midst of that, God says to me around the end of 2009, listen, you're not filing innocent. It's bankruptcy. This is the time for your millionaire anointing to come out. I knew then God would get me to do something incredible in my life. He's speaking in that very place, that place where you're down and you're out, and I've been saved a long time. So as of December this year, I would be saved 46 years. So 14 years ago. So listen, so I've been saved 30 years then at this point. And this is where we find, a lot of us find ourselves. Regardless of we loving Jesus, we find ourselves in these situations like this. But when God spoke that in my life, I knew. I said, what I'm gonna do. That was December. I asked God. Of course, I didn't know how to make it happen, because if He telling me now it's time for the millionaire anointing to come out in my life, I knew He would set me up. So in 2010, I said, I'm gonna ask God. He said, any man like wisdom, let him ask of God. So God, you got to show me how to do this thing. But one thing I said, I'm gonna start everything. That was December. I said, come January 1st, 2010. I'm going to start a new transformation journey for my life. I didn't know what that was going to look like, but I asked God. So one of the things God said immediately when I asked God, how do I do this? Immediately led me to two scriptures, Hebrews 11:6 and Deuteronomy 8:18. It's the B part of Hebrews 11:6 that he really stressed, that he will reward those that diligently seek him. And so what I did is he said to me, now I need you to look at the word reward. And I said, okay. He said in the original meaning, okay. And it turned out that word meant wages. It lights, bells, whistles, everyone went off. I said, oh my God, are you telling me, God, that you're going to pay me to soak? Now, see, I said soak because, see, it didn't say pray, it said seek. So I recognized years ago that I was introduced to something called soaking. So I knew what God was saying in my spirit. I don't need you talking. I knew immediately he was saying, I need you to just up your time with me. So I said, check. I'm a prayer leader. I have over 3,000 people in my prayer network, made of all kind of people, black, white, Native American, Indians, food scientists, community leader, business. It was just all kinds of religious leaders, part of my network. I said, that's done. Then he said, Deuteronomy 18. And again, I'm looking at part B and C because I know God. I'm remembering him. He said, I'm going to cause you to produce well. I said, oh, okay. I'm going to give me witty ideas. He's going to give me whatever I need to produce now. Like he said in Genesis, when he made man, he could put him in the earth to have dominion, to multiply, and to come on. He tapped me back in and said, I'm getting ready to do this. Why? But this is the C part. Are you clear about with me? Don't forget, I'm going to give you wealth. I'm going to give you the ideals. I'm going to give you the how he said, show you the know-how, so that what? So that his kingdom might be established. So I knew then whatever God would set me up with to do, I've got to make sure I take care of the kingdom. I sow up no matter what. So what I did immediately, I knew that I was going to up my time in soaking. So I decided, okay, come January 1st, I'll start soaking from 2 a.m. to 4 because he going to pay me wages for being on the floor. I know it don't make sense. That's why I couldn't tell nobody. See, some of y'all talk too much, talk too quickly. So I got quiet. And I said, I tell people I locked my doors and windows and everything and just went down quiet. I stopped going to a lot of stuff. Why? My money was sick. I don't have time to be looking cute like all these going to these places. This is the time I'm getting ready to go down for my wealthy place. And so here's the deal. I only taught one time, basically, in that time, that when I started the meeting, I went on the floor at 2 a.m. The alarm hit. And I went down to soak. From 2 a.m., I put my prayer rug down, pillow on my neck, prayer shawl on my head. The first time I went down is the time I opened my mouth, and that was the last time, other than probably thank you, Lord, in 4 years that I opened my mouth on that floor for 2 hours. I took a pen and piece of wood paper with me because I know God said it's time for me to talk and not you. This is called soaking in the spirit. So that's what I did. I got on the floor and soaked. And what is soaking? And so I got on that floor and soaked. And so soaking is taking time with God, quieting your spirit. You know, the scripture talks about in quietness and confidence, you will get your strength out of that. So I laid there with soaking music playing. It's not transcendental meditation or yoga and all of that stuff. It's literally being with God. And so what do we need to do to make that happen? You got to have the right music. So I knew that you got to have sounds. These are people, they're soaking music. You listen to everything. These are people that gets in the presence of God and make sounds and sings and prophetically flow. And so you need these songs. See, as a people, African Americans, a lot of our songs we sing our problems. So see, when you're getting into the presence of God, you don't need to be singing your problem. You need to hear the sounds of heaven that helps elevate you into the realm of the spirit. So these people like Julie True, Grace Williams, Jason Upton, Alberto and Kimberly Riviera, Rick Pino, Bethel House, people like that. I laid out in the floor, no light on at all, but the light from my my computer screen and just letting God speak to me and take my spirit up. So what happened? I activated divine intelligence. Proverbs 4:18 says, but the path of the just is as like a shining light that's shining more and more until that perfect day. So what happened? It was what was happening, light was coming to me. Divine intelligence. You need to understand there's an intellect of God. He allowed me to tap into my genius zone, the creative side, the producer. I began to activate it. As I laid on the floor, God activated this thing in my life. And from there, he told me another thing you're going to have to do. I said, well, God, I don't have no millionaire people. I can, mentor me in this thing before. He said, you're going to have to increase your intellectual capital. You're going to have to read certain books. I said, well, he said, millionaire. I said, I don't have any millionaire friends. He said, first of all, he said, millionaires been writing books. So that's what I did. I began to I said, well, God, I don't know what books, but this is the thing I told God. I only want Christian millionaires right now. I want to be saved. I don't want money that's going to take me into the world. And so I need the books, Christian millionaires. I didn't know who to get, what to get. Any man like wisdom, let it ask God. So I said, God, show me what books and who to go. He told me to go to this place, put these titles, put these words in, and books came up. I didn't even have money to even buy them on Amazon. I went to the library and he told me what to put in, and the books I brought home, Christian millionaires wrote the books. And the reason this is important, because you don't know what you don't know. People who have money, they know something that you don't know. And so the reason you have to increase your intellectual capital as well, because some of you, like me, personal development, some of you are dealing with self-esteem issues. You got to get this stuff right if you want money to come your way. Money for some people elicit pain. So while you are increasing your knowledge and you're soaking in the presence of God, all of that, he will bring all that stuff up. Light comes and new information comes to debunk that stuff in your mind. And another thing is that what God is trying to get us to do, to know that he wants to increase our value system. See, more you know, you get paid on your job for what you know and your skill sets. And so what he wants us to do is stop trading our time for talent, because he's going to allow us, our value system, to come on our life. See, rich people educate themselves, poor people entertain themselves. Now, what happened when I began to tap into divine intelligence and I soaked on the floor? Benefits came for me from soaking. One of them was that the frequency of God changed in my life. My thoughts became God thoughts. I would think something, God would give it to me. A prophetic insight came. The weight of God's glory came on my life. Listen, favor came. I'm telling you, increase came in my life like crazy. I whatever I need, stuff was just coming to me. Things coming in the mail, coming through email, coming into it was just all types of things. Amazing doors, almost stages with millionaires and all kinds of folks. I'm creating my company, working on programs with people like Oprah Winfrey, who's speaking at and things like that. It was amazing. And then the fragrance of God would change on you in your life. In the spirit of increase, that whole fragrance would change. Everybody would want to work with me. I got so many people trying to work with me from 2021 to 2023. It is just crazy. My mailing list, matter of fact, let me show you just to prove this to you. From 2021, January to 2023. This is how many people had joined my mailing list, asked to join, came through my mail, that want me to work. I can't even work with, I can't even get to all these people. I didn't make this up. It's sitting in my mailing list. The things that we put them in, we just can't get to all these people. That you get it. People want to work with you. I'm telling you, it is about God doing something incredible in your life. Your future is realized faster. Your dreams and vision, aspirations, your potential come forth. All of a sudden, things open for you. Your life, stuff that you want to be seen, best-selling authors, all kinds of things. Doors open, stuff that you want to be certified in. Things happen. Your supernatural faith. Intense. increase. There will be an intense increase of supernatural faith on your life. One of the things God had me to do, He said, I want to take you back. Your stuff that the teachers taught you that limit you. I need to take you back to Genesis. I want you to know the impossibility can no longer be a part of your brain cell. And I began the psychology of success work, casting things out of my cells, of my brain cell. I commanded my cells of my brain, my right side and left side, to operate at its optimal level. And don't even get into the next one. My finances crazy. All I know, my value system, my network and net worth, everything changed. I'm telling you, in the 4 years, I did this every day through. I was January 1st, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday again for 2 hours every day, 2 to 4. I was quiet with God. I put an alarm on and I got, listen, somebody said, girl, you were so intense. Yes, I tell them because my broke was intense. I did what I needed to do for my shift and my change. Let me go on. Listen, I'm telling you, you got to become a soakingpreneur if you want this, because the next level is getting what kingdompreneur, so you know what to do with it well. So right now, so I'm trying to raise up soakingpreneurs in this season. I know some of you are struggling. What I did after I got through with all of this, I'm telling you, it was amazing what God had me to do. And so now this is about God getting glorified. So listen, here's the proof, is in the pudding. As I land this plane, I got out of debt. That little around that $80,000 in 2 years, it was gone. We didn't pay that much. Alan Supernatural got us a house paid off, cars paid off. I had an S-Class Mercedes-Benz $70,000 car given to me. No payments, given. I gave $20,000 away in an offer 4 years later after I came off the floor. Since that time, we've been instrumental in creating over 10 millionaires, certified almost over 100 masters life coach and executive coaches. I'm telling you, God is able to do it something abundantly above anything if we would learn just get in his presence. We've been letting the systems of this world dictate our money and getting us in debt. But I'm telling you right now, it's time for us to stop being hoodwinked and hack, but we got to learn how to hack these systems. So that's what I'm doing now. We have published almost 400 books under our imprint. We have 6 businesses, publishing company, PR marketing business. I have a university, Pray and Grow Richer University, that we're getting ready to get accredited. We're seeking accreditation on that. So much stuff. And one of the things I love that we have a professional service to help people become professional speakers, entertainers, help them get started creating their schools and everything, event plan. We just do it all. Our clientele's now moved into 7 and 8 figures, and now we're doing the 6. People come in, and so my goal now, listen, people coming in 30 days, their income go to 6 figures working with us. I'm telling you, I want to work with you. I want to help you. I just got a few more minutes. So if you want to work with me, I'm telling you, I want to work with you. I want you to pray and grow richer. I have a 90-day mastermind web challenge starting in October. I want to work with you. What I did when I got off the floor in 4 years, I documented in these books, Pray and Grow Richer, and then in a 31-day devotional book that I documented in the big book, what I did those 4 years. Got my income. I started doing $10,000 packets, 15, 20. Now I'm up to $100,000 packets, and then I do proposals for $1 million. Why? How did that happen? I tapped into divine intelligence. I increased my intellectual capital to making sure that rich people educate themselves, poor people entertain. I made sure I did everything. That's what's in my devotion. I did everything that rich people did and stopped doing what broke people. I want to help you. In October, if you're interested, I need you to contact my office. I want to have 100,000 women that they're coaches, speakers, authors, service provider, transformation leads, whatever you are. Don't let your title keep you from getting your goal. God owns the cattle on the thousand hills, and we need to become millionaires, millionaire, billionaire, trillionaires. One of the things that one of my wealth coaches said, that notice in Deuteronomy 18 and 8 and 18, it didn't say a figure. It says that God will cause you to produce wealth. And so wealth doesn't have a numerical figure attached to it. So I want you, if you're interested, if I want to help you get to your wealthy place. So we right now, I'm on book tour. I released a new book. Because here's the deal as I close now. Here's the deal. Some people, I've been coaching this, offering this 90-day challenge since 2015. And one of the things I thought, well, what would happen if I just get some six-figure women, some corporate ladies, and take them through this 90-day challenge and see what happens? I'm telling you, from September to December 2023, I found 4 corporate women, and one of them made $250,000. I'm telling you, God did phenomenal things. That one that made $250,000, she had 30 years of mental health problems. And in 3 weeks, they had a church revival in that September, and God healed her at their church revival. Her pastor said, her husband said, I believe God is healing someone and want to heal mental health problems or something like that. And someone grabbed her hand, or she grabbed someone's hand, and instant she was delivered from mental health problem, 30 years. And then, oh my God, I can go on, $80,000 worth of school loan debt a few weeks after that, cancer. Others wrote books in 5 days. They're doing real estate now. Others, it was just incredible. One got a magazine. She got a coaching hub now. She has clients in London. Her income is gone. It's just crazy. I'm telling you, it's time to get the goal. It's time for you to create the millionaire mind. Dr. Clark, how much are you worth now? 1 hour of my time, $1,200, because I help people see their wealthy place. I can sit with you and help create $1 million, 500,000, 200,000. I can show you how did that happen. I tapped into divine intelligence as I soaked on the floor. So I want to help you. So what I need you to do, I need you to contact me, because we're getting ready to have an information meeting. We're getting ready to get you set up. One of the things I know that sometimes you come to the table not having what you want, even connect with me. It's okay. Just call me. Nobody most of the time don't have what they're going to need to get in. And God give us strategies to get you in. So I need you to go to my website, drshirleyclark.org. Go to Shirley. You can write me, email shirley@drshirleyclark.org. Say, Dr. Clark, I heard you. I believe you're the woman I've been waiting on. Just like one of the ladies contacted me when I was on the Word Network. She said she had gotten a prophet. There will be a woman that's going to change your life. And she saw me on a pastor, a marketplace pastor in Virginia. And I'm in Texas. She saw me on the Word Network, and she contacted me through my website. And so she said there was a woman. She had a word of the Lord from someone for years that the old lady going to change your life. She contacted me, got in my 90-day challenge, connected with me, and $500,000 worth of school loan debts with cancer in her life. Not only that, she called me in 2 weeks going through the 90-day challenge. She said, Dr. Clark, I need $12,000. I said, what's in your hand? I coached her for 90 minutes. And I said, now go do it in 5 days, about 5 days. She had about $5,000. I know what I'm talking about, and I want to help you. Contact my office. I want to see you blessed. I want you to get your daddy's stuff. And as I said, this is my story, and I'm sticking to it. God bless you, and thank you, Dr. Harper, for allowing me to be a part of the Faith Business Success Summit.